Hi everyone, this time I'm going to explain one of my favorite subjects, which is mapping. You can find the texture that we're going to use in this tutorial in my blog. You can save it to your own computer and you can use your own texture. Back to mapping. Mapping is the method of giving color or texture to your object. There's a lot of ways of mapping. Click M to go to Material Editor. This is the Material Editor for Max 2011. But I usually use the standard one, which is used in the older version of Max. You can go to Modes and then choose Compact Material Editor. This time, to explain about mapping, I'm going to use standard material and I'm going to map it using UVW with bump, displacement, and then multi-sub-object, blend, and opacity. All in standard material, but if you are using Vray, you can also apply this. Now you can add slot to this material editor. Go to Option, then choose this. Go back to bookshelf that we made in previous tutorial. From this, we're going to create this. Go to Material Editor, click on the box beside Diffuse, then go to Bitmap. Bitmap can be in PNG, JPEG, etc. Choose the lightwood material, change the material's name. There are two ways to put the material to the object. The first one, just drag the slot to the object. To show the texture on the viewport, click this. The second one is first click the object and then click this, Assign Material to Selection. To control the size of your texture, you can go to Modifier, choose UVW Mapping. There are several ways of mapping. I mostly use planar and box. This time I'll use box. Now you can see there's a yellow wireframe around the object. This shows you how the mapping is on your bookshelf, the direction and the size. Now to make the size even, you can change it here. Put in 100, 100 and 100. Now we're going to use multi-sub-object. With multi-sub-object, we can map different texture into one object. Back to Material Editor. Copy this material to the next slot. Click here to edit bitmap parameter. Click here and then choose the dark wood texture. Don't forget to change the name. Click the third slot, click Standard, then choose Multi-Sub-Object, keep Alt Material, and since we're only using two colors, we're going to reduce this material number to 2. Set number, put in 2, OK. Now drag the material that we've made earlier. Now minimize. Back to the bookshelf, go to Editable Poly, set the idea to 1, then enter. Now click this, so we'll only select the part inside the selection box. Then select only the middle part of the shelf. Deselect the outside part of the shelf. Then set ID to 2. Go to Editable Poly. Now map this multi-sub object. You can see that material number 1 is on this part and the second material is on the part that has ID number 2. If we change the material number, then the material on the object will also change. You can also swap the material like this. Now we're going to use bump and displacement to edit the door of these bookshelves. First, copy the material here, change the name, click this so we can see the box type of the material sample. Go to bump, click here, choose bitmap, click this door. Now go to editable poly, select the polygon back, and then detach it. And then detach it. And then this part of the polygon becomes a new object. Go to the new object, then map it. We still can't see the difference between we still can't see the difference because the base material is still the same. So, to show the bump material, go to bump, then show the standard material, which is the fourth button from the right. Then give UVW map again. Leave it at planar. We don't use the box because we only need to see the front side of this mapping. Reduce the width to be as big as the door. If we press F3, we can see this rectangle mapping in the middle of the object. To move it, we have to go back to UVW mapping and then choose Gizmo. Move it and then adjust the width again. Press back F3. Go back to perspective, zoom out, then render it. Go to rendering and then render. You can see here there's depth to this box according to the bitmap that we've just added. The white part will bring the texture forward and the black part will push the textures back. The same way as before. The difference between displacement and bump is, bump only give a depth illusion, but using displacement, the white and black part will seem separated in different places. And that causes the time rendering displacement will be longer than rendering bump. Now I'm going to show you how to use blend, so you can combine two types of texture in one pattern. First, detach the upper part of the bookshelf. Then back to material, click standard, replace it with blend, double click at the slot to zoom the material, drag the first material here using copy, and do the same with the darker wood. Change to box, add the mask, put the pattern here. Now you can see the blend, but I want to swap the color, so I'm going to swap it here. Now we map it. You can see the color that we see in the viewport is from material 1. But we still can't see the pattern. So copy the mask material, go to Material 1, go to Maps, and then right-click on the bump material, then Paste Instance. Click here, then show the material. Remember that the material shown on the object is from Material 1. So if we swap it again, the pattern on the viewport will disappear, but it will show on the rendering result. Give the UVW map. Reduce the gizmo. OK. Render it once more. The last one I want to show you is how to use opacity to make a transparent object. First, create a plane as big as a book. Then create a new map. Then add the book's texture. You can see here that there's still a white part outside the book map. We can crop it here. Click View Image, slide this, then apply. We also can use a UVW map here. Add to perspective, then render it. There's still some white parts here, so we need to erase them using opacity. Go to Maps, copy the image so we don't have to crop the material, then click it, choose the black and white material, change the sample type to box. Now we can see the white parts disappear. Render it. Now there's only the book part. Copy the books. Render it, and this is the result. That's it for now. Hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Good luck!